Welcome. No, that's not my starting. You know what? We don't do edits. Greetings in the name of the Most High.
Yeah.
You done know. Welcome to It's Our Thoughts, Not Yours. I am your host, OG, alongside my two co-hosts who are here with me today for part 3 of Men. We are wearing dresses now. That's a thing. Little Bully and Lash. Little Bully, give your social handles and all that good jazz and stuff.
Hello. Y'all should already know my Twitch is Little Bully One. That's my main social media. I'm starting to get into Instagram and other social medias now. I'll let you guys know that when I'm ready. Lashmi.
Hello guys, what's up? My Instagram is _Lashme.
Hey, Little Bully, what are you doing? You can't do that. My bad, Lash. Go ahead.
It's okay. Most of my socials are LASHMIII, so 3 I's. Some of them have underscores. Just because I don't know why people want to take my name. Like I feel like my name was unique, but I guess not. So
It is unique.
It is, but like I'll try to make that my username, like Lash Me, and it will say it's not available. So I'm like,
What do you mean it's not available?
Right.
What do you mean?
You're gonna have to be creative when you make the name.
I know.
That's all. You just have to be creative to where it's a play on words. Honestly, I always meditate on things like that, like a play on words. That's how I got the name of the podcast. I had to think, I had to meditate. I'm like, because of the world we live in. So I'm like, because of the world we live in, I have to be very careful with my thoughts. I got it. It's our thoughts, not yours. And I actually really mean that. Like, dog, it's our thoughts, not yours. So always be creative with play on words. Trust me, you'll find a creative way to get your name on your socials. Well, for me, I got some socials. You can catch me on IG at otny.tv. That's right. I'm all about the pod. And you can catch me on YouTube, or catch us rather on YouTube on Our Thoughts Not Yours.tv on YouTube. Where, we talk about any and everything. And today we're going to talk about part 3 of Men Wearing Dress. And we're going to talk about Mr. Lil Nas X, who, as most of you know, said F the kids on the Breakfast Club. And today I'm going to play something in relation to him that I want Lash and Little Bully to see specifically, because I want their thoughts, because they're from that generation. So it's going to be good to hear from their thoughts. I'm going to give my thoughts a little bit, but I mostly want to hear from Lash and Little Bully what they think as they're about to watch Mr. Kwame Brown. And what is this brother's name? I forgot this gentleman. I think it's Kenny. Kwame Brown will let us know what this brother's name. But yeah, we're going to watch this video. This is very interesting. So let's go.
Was trying to play this video of this symbol, and they wouldn't allow him to play it. So let's see if we can play this over here.
Excuse me.
What is this symbol?
I just finished watching about.
Pause it right here real quick. I want you to look at these symbols carefully. Can you see these symbols good? Do you need me to make it bigger so you can explain it to the audience?
Yeah, make it bigger.
Yeah. I mean, I'm aware.
Is it the same? Is it the Baphomet symbols?
You're very smart. You're very smart, my son. You're very smart, my son. Yes. Now do you see why I wanted you to see that picture before we started all of this? Yeah. Remember these symbols, okay? Remember these symbols. It's very, very important. I'm going to explain something to the audience that you can't see. Everything in life, you must always question. Never, ever take anything for face value. We have the internet where you can actually research. And if you take 5 to 10 minutes just to research, you will be amazed by what you're surrounded by and not realizing what you're really surrounded by. That also goes to what you're seeing in front of you, what they project on these TVs. You will be amazed what they will put in front of your face and not realize what they put in front of your face. So pay attention.
maybe 3 or 4 Lil Nas X videos, and all of them had this symbol.
You heard that?
All of them had this symbol. I'm not going to go back to the videos. What you guys can do is go check out these videos, and I'll do this. I'll do this. Okay. Let's see. Because every time I put the video up, it gets. The first time I didn't have sound. Somehow the sound seriously disappeared. The third time.
I'm gonna pause it. Do y'all hear what he's saying? That every time he tried to post these videos about telling people about these signs that he's seen in you know Little's videos. I'm not even gonna say his name. Little's video. Every time he tried to post it, YouTube took it down immediately. You remember before the podcast started, that term that I said, the greatest trick? Why is it coincidence that he's trying to let us know that if you watch these videos, you will see these images? They don't want us to know about that.
Hidden imagery.
Yeah.
Hidden imagery. They don't want us to know about that. I told you. So when I started researching this stuff, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I'm finding things about myself. When I say I'm spiritual, like I'm finding things about myself, what makes me click. Like I'm a person that yearns.
Leave it alone, Apollo.
I'm a person that yearns for knowledge, but not the knowledge you think. I yearn for different knowledge. I yearn for knowledge of human life, why we are the way we are. How are we aligned with the sun? How we are aligned with the stars? I search for that type of knowledge, not man's knowledge of how to build a spaceship. I don't care about that. I care about life knowledge.
Engine.
I can't remember. It got taken down 3 times. The video got taken down 3 times.
You don't want the hat on?
I'm trying to figure out how I can show you this image without actually showing you the image.
See how careful he has to be?
But if you go to, let's go to history.
I just want us to see this. I got other things lined up, but I want y'all to see this.
This video, I don't know about this one. This video.
He's showing you
this one
where you can find the images in Little's video.
In multiple different music videos?
Yes, you can see these images.
In all of those videos I just pointed out.
Did you just hear that? He said you can see those images in all of those videos. And I looked at one of those, like this one right here. You can see it in there. It freaked me out, son. Like, holy smoke, you don't even realize what you're watching.
Yeah, I want to look at those videos now.
Right.
Trying to figure out how I can show you the image without showing you the image.
Like, I'm gonna show y'all an image in one of his videos. Y'all want to see the image? What he's talking about?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's some important stuff he's gonna go over here. That's why I didn't want to skip it yet. I'm gonna show you one of the video because I have another video lined up with the image that we saw when we had last look up what that thing was. There's an image on one of his videos where it's right there in plain sight. I'm like, yo, these people are not messing around. I told Little Bully, son, always look at the people behind the artist. Like, yo, we're gonna continue. I'm gonna show y'all this.
Oh, cuz you all right?
I tell you what, if you go to all these videos, you'll see a recurring symbol videos at this point now. And you'll have to you'll have to figure it out. It looks like, let's see.
There you go. He's about to show it now.
Let's close that, go back here.
He's about to show it now. Pay attention. Pay attention.
It looks like you'll see the horns, you'll see the billy goat chin, and you'll see the ears, but it's a glowing light in the shape of the horns, the ears, and the billy goat chin. It's in all of his videos. All you have to do is go and check them out. I'm not gonna say too much about it.
Exactly.
I'm not even gonna play the video.
Exactly. We're not supposed to be talking about this stuff right here. I don't think y'all realize what this stuff really means. That's why I wanted Lash to look it up so y'all can understand what this really means. That's why I'm not even mentioning his name. Once I saw that, my spirit clearly told me what this is about. And if I tell you what this is about, you may not understand because I don't think your mind is ready for that yet. That's why I'm not going to mention his name anymore. I understand what this means. So I will never mention his name anymore. I get it now. I fully understand now. So I will no longer mention his name, but this is a good teachable moment.
Who is he, Voldemort?
Like, it's just,
he's Satan himself. He represents Satan himself. That's why he was doing the 666. He's telling you who he is without telling you who he is.
So you told you, Satanist?
Yes, I told you the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was telling the world he don't exist. When I saw that, I said, okay, I'm good. I understand now. I am good. And the one with the children right here, this one right here,
yeah.
2 plus 2 equals 4, little bully. Where did he start from? This is what freaked me out. Where did he start from? That's why I want y'all to see this video, because you're going to put everything together and be like, wow, this was all planned.
Yeah, that is kind of like, if that's like really what it is, then that's actually kind of crazy that people really, it's kind of sick-minded that people think like that.
Can't confirm it.
Right, we can't really confirm anything.
But we can speculate on this shit.
Right, conspiracy theories.
Exactly, we can speculate, but it's right there.
It's so
but crazy. I know what this means, so I will never call his name again. Go ahead, Lash.
I was just like saying, like, it's just crazy that like you wouldn't vote. Like, it's people, like, if you're grown, you can do whatever you want, you know, like everyone has the right to feel a certain way, to, you know, worship somebody or not worship somebody, you know, that's your choice. But
why is this going to kids?
Right, to involve kids that don't even know about like anything like that, especially in this type of like manner, it's just wrong.
Right.
All right, keep that thought in mind.
Because the other day when his new music video dropped about him in that football uniform and stuff, if you look up baby videos, why is that the third video down? The same thing happened with Industry Baby.
Hold that thought. Look at this picture. Look at this picture. Now put that thought with this picture and you'll get your answer. Put that thought with this picture and you'll get the answer. And now you understand why your father is telling you, I will not mention his name again. I understand what this means.
That's wild. I feel like a lot of people actually, I'm not even gonna say that because that could start some issues.
Don't give your thoughts. This is our thoughts. We're asking questions. This is your human mind. Okay. This is how the human mind works. You want to know certain things. You're asking questions, right? We want to, if they're gonna put this stuff out there, we're asking questions. These are our thoughts. We want to know. Go ahead, Lash. Before we continue, go ahead.
Okay. I know that like a lot of people always say, like, people that go into the industry, like famous people, actors, singers, dancers, a lot of them like are in the Illuminati. So like right, we don't really know if that's a thing, but that kind of just makes me wonder if that like
right, like I've heard of that ever since I was like a kid.
Right. Like,
Like,
oh,
why has
they're
that
the
always been like a
Illuminati.
rumor that's like around?
Yeah, so it kind of makes you wonder, like,
It's like conspiracy theories stem off of some type of truth. Like they have to.
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Especially when it's in your face and you're not realizing because
Right.
we all
Like
just walk.
aliens. Like, come on, there has to be a different species out there other than us. Like
right.
Exactly. That's because your mind is
government
open.
came out with a bunch of videos about like UFOs diving into the ocean. Like that's
Yes.
Mermaids too. I've seen
Yes.
on TikTok people post videos saying that they hear like it's like a cry. It sounds like a
those are
crying
sirens.
sound.
Those are
Sirens, right? And we all know like sirens means.
Exactly. That's because you see your mind is opening up. Now just think about that. So millions upon millions of people don't think that way. They don't. They don't. We are what you call abnormal, right? The world will look at us like we're crazy because we're not supposed to know this information. That's why they keep us distracted. That's why they put people in front of us that we like so they can give us buffoonery so we don't look at things like this. So we don't take the time to go enlighten ourselves. They study us, is what I always tell people. They study us. They know exactly what we like. They know exactly what we want. So they're going to put that in front of us. So that way you, me, and Little Bully are not having this conversation.
Right.
They do not want this conversation to take place. Intellectual conversation with minorities is the scariest thing in the world to them.
Right.
So we shall continue.
We can't express our thoughts because
Let them thoughts sink into your soul.
I wonder why MLK died.
Exactly.
He was about to become like Malcolm X, tired of that peaceful shit. I'm telling you.
Exactly. We shall continue.
Obviously, they're going to give me a strike sooner, but they're not allowing me to show this for some reason. And I'm a very stubborn person. But I'll read to you real quick what that symbol is, what it symbolizes.
You see that?
First of all, you see the two kids here looking up to this image, this Billy Goat thing with the pentagram in his head. So what it says is,
I gotta check. I gotta.
and it's a controversial statue unveiled by the Satanic Temple at a secret ceremony in Detroit has attracted protests. But who is the goat-headed figure, and what do the elements of the
I'm gonna pause right here. Do you see what's in between him, the symbol here? Do you know what that represents?
Isn't that like the medical symbol?
Oh my son, I love you.
Like I know that symbol. It's very common.
the medical. I can't really see it. So
I
I know what you, I think I know what you mean though. It's like the
Uh-huh.
Where's my
thing.
phone? It's like
A spiral. Yeah, like
Uh-huh.
kind of.
That has a purpose why it's there. I tell you, they put these images up in front of you and don't think they know. I'm gonna take that back. They know that average human mind is not gonna know what all of this stuff means. They are so smart, man. So smart. I have to give them credit. They're very smart.
Yeah.
But I'm a spiritual man.
Asclepius. That's what it's called.
Yes,
It was in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
yes,
Remember?
sir. Yes, sir. I told you, son. The things that you see, you just think is just background imagery. Everything has a meaning. Everything has a meaning.
statue symbolize? The bronze statue is nearly 9 feet tall and depicts a winged hermaphrodite known as Baphomet, flanked by 2 smiling children. It cost $100,000, 64,000 euro to make, and hundreds of Satanists turned out to see it unveiled. Long term, the Satanic Temple wants to move the piece 900 miles
Appreciate it.
southwest and erected opposite of Ten Commandments Monument, opposite Ten Commandments Monument outside Oklahoma City's Capitol building. This plan was thrown into doubt when Oklahoma.
Pay attention now. Look at the imagery in this video of the same thing right in front of our face. The same exact imagery.
Oh gosh.
Right in front of our face, and we never realized
That's
it.
the music video?
Yes.
I think I saw that when I was.
Which one?
I know. Do you know what
The
name-
one he's sliding down on the devil's, you know what?
Oh, okay, yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen that.
That's
I feel
Montero, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like the. I feel like that's the video that everyone was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like they were like everyone. It was like super controversial just because.
Right. I kind of like that video because I thought he was saying "fuck you" to religion, and I was like, yeah.
He's not saying that. He's paying homage to you know who. Right in front of your face. He's paying homage to that Baphomet thing. Right in front of our face.
That could be a different interpretation of it. Yeah.
No, you're gonna see it again. Yeah, it's a different interpretation of it, but you're gonna see it again in other videos. It's crazy, dude. He's telling you exactly who he is. I told y'all the greatest trick the devil pulled was telling the world he don't exist. It's really true, son. That statement rings hollow, son. It's really true. It's crazy.
Long Supreme Court ruled that the use of state property to benefit a religion is banned under the state constitution.
They saying they can't hear me on TV.
The fate of both the city and statute and the Ten Commandments monument is now unclear. Now, why would Lil Nas X have this image? And remember, I can't show you.
Appreciate it, bro.
When you go look at the videos, it's going to be a glowing light, like this yellowish light. And you'll see the horns, you'll see the ears, and you'll see the belly go chin. And now, if they block this video, I don't know what to say because, I mean, it's already.
Appreciate it.
You blocked 3 of them already. I showed you 2 of the emails. I don't know what happened to the other email. But,
you know who that represents, right? It has wings, little bully. You know who that represents, right? I'm trying to tell y'all, like, this is a message.
Yeah.
The devil is a fallen angel. That's why he has wings.
Exactly. And look who's looking up to him. Who's that? Children. Now do you understand how 2 + 2 = 4?
Well, what does the rod stand for? Because he was the god of medicine in Greek mythology. So does that mean he has the power to heal?
To trick you to heal, to give you things that are unknown to, you know, diseases and all of that stuff, pandemics. That's what that represents. Because he's tricking you to make you think God don't love you. You understand? So for those who believe in whatever God, that's the trick the devil pulls, to blame, to have you to blame God for everything that's going on. That's why he has that there. Remember, he's very powerful, man. Very.
Belief at the end of the day.
And then there's people in the world who believe in this stuff and that are pushing it.
That's the thing. If you believe in that and you're actually practicing,
people do follow blind religion.
Exactly. And who does the world we live in? Who do they push? Celebrities, athletes, entertainers, right? That's who they push because they know that's who we like. So if that's who we like, little bully, they can get this to be normalized.
No more politicians.
Exactly. That's why they said no more prayers in school, no more Pledge of Allegiance in school. Get all of that stuff away so they can start feeding us this.
Really? They start the Pledge of Allegiance?
I thought they still had that. They was trying to force me. I remember my homeroom teacher was like, "You don't say the Pledge of Allegiance, I'll kick you out." I was like,
and a lot of schools, they took it out.
Wow.
They took it out.
I know. I feel like
I don't have to pledge allegiance to this country.
I feel like personally, like first of all, it sounds like a cult. If you really think about it,
Yes.
like all these kids standing up and like talking to the flag.
I'm gonna show y'all something else, man. I'm not done yet.
All right.
I'll show y'all something else. I ain't done yet.
Don't eliminate people. Don't eliminate.
This yak.
Man, I don't understand this. See, when we talked about this the first time, I got a lot of trouble. Came to my page, I was in the comment section.
Where was night?
The comment video got big.
Push it up a little bit.
This is the day 2. I wonder what the Breakfast Club gonna say this time.
on each circle.
Duck man's a half man
Let's see
indeed.
what comes up. We got 5 little babies, junior squad videos, kindergarten nursery rhymes for babies by Kids TV.
Right, baby
We
video.
got best videos of funny twin babies compilation, twin baby videos. Oh, what's this? Lil Nas X. That's what I want. Official video. Well, this video is popping up under baby video search
Baby videos.
content again.
And this is the second time. And in this video, grown man, Mr. Nas, grown man X, is playing football, and then he goes into the locker room and he's kissing and tongue wrestling with a man. And that's on the baby videos.
I'm gonna pause that. Little Bully, go ahead. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts and last thoughts on what we're seeing here? Now, before you give me your thoughts, everything that I had you watch up to this point, I want you to put that in your thoughts before you speak. That's why I wanted Lash to look up that thing. That's why I wanted us to watch that part, because it's gonna make a very good point on why this is here. It all makes sense. That's why I said, this dude, I will never call his name again. I understand now. I understand what's going on. Now, with that being said, Little Bully, what are your thoughts?
The same thing happened with the industry baby video, and Lil Nas tweeted that, oh, it had baby in the name. So I was like, okay, that's kind of understandable. It was a popular video. But this one, absolutely no excuse for it to be under here. So what's the explanation? What's the reason?
Right.
Like, first thing that came in my mind was gay agenda. And now you're talking about the devil agenda. So now I don't really know.
Yeah.
But something sus is really going on now after that video, because that video was extra homosexual.
Right.
Why do you think that is? It has nothing to do about being gay. It's way bigger than that. I'm telling y'all right now, as a spiritual man, it is good versus evil going on right now. And right now, we're on the side of good. That right there is evil, period. There is no excuse in the world for that to be with kids. That is kids, man.
Yeah.
Why is that in the baby section with kids? But I didn't understand until I had to do the research. And when I did the research, I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like, yo, this people don't realize this is bigger than him trolling. This is bigger than him just putting music out there. Oh no. This is good versus evil. This is some satanic stuff.
I thought he was just a troll too. Cause he's mad funny on Twitter. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. He'd be having me cracking up dying.
I'm gonna say this again.
Like everyone in our generation, like, kind of grew up on that. But it's like to see him doing stuff like because I was the one who came across the video, like the preview on Instagram. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw that. I was like, oh, like, what is this? So yeah, it shows Lil Nas X getting off the football field and he's wearing a pink uniform. I feel like there's nothing really wrong with that, but it's like, okay, pink uniform, and then he's in the locker room and then him and this other guy just start like
having some nasty sex, basically.
Yeah.
That was soft porn. That was
Thank you.
Like, that should not, and like the fact that he posted that clip on Instagram, it's like, okay. And then now that it's in the baby section of YouTube, like, that's not okay at all.
They are pushing sex on our kids.
Yeah.
This is what's concerning me, Little Bully.
I saw an Uber Eats ad, right? With Elton John. This man was fly as hell. Like, just a fly ass regular looking gay man. But then it was Lil Nas X with like some pink ass pompadour wig. Like,
yes.
It's just a different image between a black man and a white man. Why is the black man have to be all extra and do all this extra stuff when Elton John is just a cool ass dude?
Right.
Doing his thing fly as hell.
Right. There's nothing wrong with being gay either. Like, everyone has their own choices in life. Everyone feels certain different ways.
I can tell you why.
It's like you can clearly see, like,
thank you.
You know.
I can tell you why. I can tell y'all why. I'm going to tell y'all a funny story, right? I said it on the podcast a couple of nights ago. I'm going to tell y'all a funny story real quick before I play the rest of this video. Barack Obama was the definition of a strong black man. And I'm going to explain to you why that is. I remember when this dude used to go overseas, millions of people will line up just to hear this dude speak, just to speak. I've never seen that before. I'm like, wait a minute. This dude is like a rock star, like some big time rap star. I'm talking about millions of people in foreign countries are lining up to hear this man speak. Do you know the imagery that's sent out into the universe? Do you know how powerful that imagery was? At that time, I'm watching carefully. The world loved America. We were loved. But then there were people that didn't really like that. The little racism start popping up. So after he did his 8 years, think for a minute. After those 8 years, look at the buffoonery that we just all witnessed. Right after he left.
Donald J. Trump.
And everything that followed thereafter. They do not want that imagery of a strong black man. That pissed them off because I'm going to tie everything together. When the world sees a strong black man, they resonate to that. It doesn't matter what your race is. Because you see, we're powerful. Like, we're powerful beings. We're powerful human beings.
Athletes.
Right? So when we have someone who can articulate himself to where the most common person could understand that English tongue, yeah, they start calling you words like you're a Messiah. That's what it was calling Barack. The chosen one. That's I'm like, oh, holy crap. They trying to feminize us to get rid of that narrative of the strong black man. They don't want that talk no more. Because you know what? A female, she loves a strong black man. It doesn't matter if she's white, black, Spanish, Asian. Women love strong men, period. You don't even have to be black. You just got to be a strong dude. Women love that shit. They love masculinity. The people who control imagery know that. Am I lying, Lash? You're a woman.
No, you're right. I think, yeah, that's like, I mean, if you are a woman attracted to men, yeah, of course you would want a strong man to protect you. So that's really like, I feel like that's kind of like
exactly.
More
but
like,
look how they project women now to be independent, liberated, strong. You don't need the black man. Why you think? I told my mom this. I'm like, mommy, you don't ever notice in the draft when it's the white players, they got their mom, they got their dad, they got their aunties, uncles. When it's the black player, it's just his mom's. And she might have a sister. And he might have a girlfriend. You don't see the pops around. That's the common theme in the draft. Every year I watch the draft. I always look at the black players. And you might get lucky to see maybe 2 fathers. But the majority of the black players, all single moms. So yeah, it's the imagery of destroying the strong black man. They are smart. When the people who do this type of stuff see really, that's why I tell you, son, like, this is Google. I want y'all to think about it. This is Google. This is YouTube, who are supposed to be Democrats. They're supposed to be leaning Democrats, progressives. This is progressive, little bully. No, I told you I always look at behavior. This is the perfect example of bad behavior. This video should be age restricted.
Agreed.
yeah.
Like you need a YouTube account to even watch that video.
Yeah. Look who's above it.
Literally, like infants. It's so crazy.
That is crazy to me.
There's no reason for that. Like, what apart that video has baby or videos in the title, in the song, or like anything?
That's scared people.
Like, no.
Sure.
What did you just witness just a while ago? Put that together and this will make sense to you.
It's just I really didn't realize, like, honestly, until you told us to like look at that. It's just wow.
You see what happens when your mind, when you allow your mind to open up things, and you guys are so smart because you live in this age of technology where you can research. You don't have to take what I say for face value. Oh, hell no. Research.
Take what you say for face value.
You never do. That's why I love you. You go research. And then when you research, you meditate on it, right? You think, you let your brain process the information. You have to give your brain time to process what you're reading because we're not programmed to see things like this. You understand? We're not programmed to see things like this. And they know that. That's why that's sitting there. And I'm gonna mess y'all heads up even more, right? Little dude said, F the kids. And did you ever see old media say a word? Think about it. Has old media say a word about it? It hasn't made one headline.
Wow, I didn't even know he said that. I feel
Exactly.
like I would have heard, unless I don't like follow him like that. I mean, I have him on like social media, but I don't like.
You heard about what the little baby said when he was at his concert though, right? That was all over social media, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let that sink in then. You see what I'm saying? Let that sink in. Little, you know who said F your babies. I don't care about your babies on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, you know who? Lil Nas X to say his name.
No, son.
Not Voldemort, man.
Nah, son. And little baby say that, but Lash said, I ain't hear nothing about little, you know who, but she heard about little baby.
No, it's the baby. Because there's another.
Oh, my bad, the baby.
Yeah.
My bad, the baby. I'm sorry. There's so many little niggas. My bad. My fault. So there's so many little niggas. My fault. The baby.
There really is.
My fault. But yeah, man. I wanted to show y'all that, open up your mind, but I'm not done yet. Oh, yeah. So just in case people don't believe me about what Lil Nas X said, I told you, your boy's prepared for this stuff, man. Your boy's really prepared for this stuff.
This is the most important topic of the day.
Exactly.
It doesn't have necessarily nothing to do with just Lil Nas X alone. I think a lot of the heterosexual sexualization has to stop as well. All this stuff they're doing to these women are doing half naked. Exactly. It's sending the wrong message to our little girls.
Yep.
That's a lot of stuff in the music. This masculine male that's thugging and shooting everybody allegedly, that gotta stop. There's a lot of things. This is just one part of it because it's going to the kids.
Exactly.
And we got to protect the babies first.
Exactly.
That's who's first.
That's been my whole point this whole time. We got to protect the kids. Nobody's talking about protecting the kids. It's crazy to me.
I feel like that all comes down to like
out there with his antics again. And the cold
A lot of parents are bad parents.
Yeah.
But think about that, y'all. Nobody's talking about these kids. I don't give two flying, you know what, about some adult. You're an adult, man. Do you love who you live your truth? I'm worried about kids, man, because I'm like, hey, we got to let these kids be kids. Do you know how important that is to let a child be a child? When you close their mind away from all of this madness in the world, that is extremely important in their growth.
You gotta let them make decisions for themselves, man.
Mm-hmm.
But when you throw all of this stuff in their face, you're confusing them, son. It's confusing to them. And like Little Bully said, this can't really happen, at least as far as we know. We don't know that this imagery is for a reason. They're not just putting that out there, son. This sends a message.
Biologically impossible.
Do we really know that, though?
It's biologically impossible for a man to bear a child.
But do we really know that, though? How we don't know there's some science behind what they're trying to push here?
Trying to swap organs, reproductive organs, like, bro, come on.
They could. I think it's really just
everything is done for a reason. This is not just taking a picture, my guy. This is sending a message. Just like that, you would have thought the same thing if I didn't show you that Baphomet.
I still think the pregnant thing of him was like promotion for his album, his baby.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think. Yeah, that's what they want you to think.
There's nothing else that can be going on with that, in my opinion.
I could understand though how little kids, like especially little boys who obviously don't know about like sex.
Like, but you want a Billy like that, you're just gonna get fat. Oh, I'm sorry.
Like, no, like I feel like they just would think like, okay, I can get pregnant, and that kind of goes, and it could go into a route that they shouldn't be thinking about.
Thank you, Lash.
Very young, like, you know, I
thank you.
Obviously, like around puberty, when you're in your teens, like you could start thinking about like learning about that.
See what Lash just said? That's exactly when I tell you they study us, they study us. I'm not just saying that to say that. You think they just put that there to put that there? There's analytics behind the reason why they want that image to be put there. Because they know exactly what Lash just said. That's what they want. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to normalize it. That's the whole purpose of this imagery. It's not the side effect of it, of selling records. That's just the cloak. The real purpose is to normalize, make this a normal thing. So we don't have these discussions, because they don't want us to have intellectual discussions. That's what they're afraid of. And especially black people and Spanish people, they don't want us to have intellectual conversations. Are you crazy? They want us distracted with the buffoonery.
He talking now. He said he don't care nothing about nobody, kids, none of that. The kids with the guy that has kids books, the guy that goes on kids shows, says F y'all kids.
And shout out to 08 Rock and Chop. I'm glad you are not listening to so many other people and not talking. And the way you edit and break it down is actually very good. So keep doing your thing, brother. Y'all go subscribe.
Facts.
And the cold part is still people out there in my comment section. Y'all keep making these videos. My comment section actually make me want to keep coming back and making these videos. There's really people out here that's really sticking up for them. Mad at me for what I gotta say about what this dude is doing in the limelight. Like with the stuff he's doing don't affect nobody. Listen, when you on the main stage like this, you a public figure, the stuff you doing matters.
Exactly.
You got to be held accountable for, whether you like it or not.
Did you hear that? When you're a public figure, the stuff you do counts. It matters. And they know that. They know that's how they get things pushed. I told you, my son, they study us, man. They know that. They put in front of you who you like. And if you like this individual, they know they can push what they want because you like them. It's common sense.
It's what it is. You make your bed, you gonna have to lay up in that thing. For real talk. And I'm appreciate it every time. But you see what it is. I don't know if it was this morning or the other day. Lil Nas went up on the shade room and he was basically, they asked him a question like, man, what do you think about all these detractors, people like me, that say they don't like you putting up pregnancy photos and kissing men on stage at award shows? What you got to say about them? And he basically just came out. He didn't even care.
I know.
F y'all kids. I don't care. F y'all kids. Now, I'm playing for him. And
Yeah.
I'm here to keep it out. I'm trying to keep my videos a little, you know what I'm saying, enough so we can get through the YouTube stuff. Y'all already know how I go out on YouTube. It just ain't the same no more. I'm one of the old school YouTube. Been doing it back since 2010. But y'all know me. I get the rambling on, and yeah, let's get right into it.
Listen carefully, y'all.
Like kids, not kids. Exactly what you just said. But like, I just gave him another headline, Montero. Okay, what agenda is that? His agenda. It's like we really get one sense do this, at least to my knowledge. I don't know like what happened when we died or not. So it's like I'm not like about to pander.
I appreciate that.
Who are you?
Well, you say he ain't about the parent to no kids. They say he ain't about the parent to no kids.
Yeah, you hear them kids going crazy, fam?
I thought he said he wasn't parent to no kids.
Right.
I thought he said he wasn't parent. I thought he said he wasn't parent to no kids. That's how he do.
You wasn't catering to no kids.
I gotta
I get that same look. What the fuck am I looking at?
Or like whoever I'm dating, like they may not agree, but it's like I honestly really truly want to live by, you know, this is our life. We do so what anybody else has to say about it, I guess. You know, like
basically, he basically on that do what thou will. Basically, because he was coming.
I'm gonna pause that. Do you know what that meaning means? I'm trying to open your mind. Google that, Lash. Do thou do? What did he say? Do shall thou will. Google that meaning, and it'll make sense why everything is happening. He just told you who he is. Do shall thou will. Do shall thou will. And you'll understand what that meaning means. I keep telling y'all the English language is extremely powerful. You must listen to when people are talking. Do shall thou will. Look at where that phrase comes from. What did you find?
What is it? Because I'm so confused. It's like
Go to Google search engine and type in do shall thou will. So it's the thou part that's gonna mess you up. That's THOU, right? That's
yeah. I was like, it's popping up a bunch of other stuff.
That's old English. Do shall thou will.
Right.
Somebody said, "Do what the f you want" type stuff. Y'all know what "do what thou will" is?
Right here. See, look right here. Look right here, Lash. Just right here in front of you on the screen. Right here. That's what he just said is this is what he means.
What the heck?
Listen carefully, y'all. This is why I'm telling you the English language is powerful, little bully. Well, that's why I always tell you, listen to when people are talking to you.
Right. I was like, huh?
Listen, that's what that's why I told you I'm not messing around with that little dude no more. I'm understanding now where he's coming from. Listen carefully.
When I just went to pictures, type in "do what thou will." First thing you see is devil horns 666. That's what they live by. Do what thou will. Do what you want to. No matter what other people think. It don't matter.
You see that? Do what thou will. Do what thou will. That means live your life. But live your life, you know what?
Right. Because I mean, I agree with the part like everyone should live their life how they want to, but that's kind of a lot.
What's the greatest trick the devil pulled to the world? What I've been saying, that's the theme of the show, what I've been saying. What is the greatest trick the devil pulled to the world? Telling the world that I don't exist, that he doesn't exist. Look, he's telling right in front of your face, he's telling you I don't exist, but you're really doing what I want you to do.
I'm out here doing the wildest stuff. You shouldn't have nothing to say about it. I got something to say about it. And then the whole part, you going to have to pay for them. Somebody might pay for it, whether it be you or you pass it down to your seeds.
Look at what's in his videos. These images are in his videos. Now, see that right here? These images are in his videos. Now, I say to you that because I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to show you another video. And then we're going to wrap it up right here. I'm bringing everything full circle. What is that imagery right there you see?
Oh, it looks like the horns.
This is in Little You Know Who's video. Now, do you understand where I'm coming from now? Now, do you understand why that's in the YouTube section? Because what does that tell you about YouTube? Put everything together. And old media is not saying anything. Why is that? Put everything together now. 2 + 2 = what? It'll never change. It'll equal 4. If all of this stuff is in your face and no one is saying anything.
I think the YouTuber's name. Let me get back on here.
Y'all still think I'm crazy?
Get back on Wi-Fi so I can.
We're about to watch, and this is going to answer all your questions right here.
All right, so if I'm back online, what's his name? All right. So the YouTuber's name is Sean Baker, MD. Because health is well.
Made it a lot better, but he did what he did.
Round 2.
And this guy's the truth, man. He's the truth. Shout out to Kwame Brown.
Shout out
My
to you.
auntie cousin. Much love, brother. Much love. So right here on the screen, this is what I wanted you guys to see last night. And hopefully I'll be able to post this. This image right here. Let me see if I can highlight this. Let's see if I can highlight.
What does that imagery represent?
Computer right now. This image right here. That's what I wanted you all to see.
What the heck is that? Upside down cross?
I was talking about the Baphomet image, the horns, the two ears on the side.
Exactly.
And the Billy Goat chin right there.
Exactly. He's paying homage to the Baphomet. Now, do y'all see why I will not call his name again? Now, do y'all see why I will not call his name again? I understand what this means now. He's paying homage to that thing.
Yeah.
So now I understand why he can get away with what he can get away with. I fully understand and I get it. This disturbs me deeply to my core. Like, this really disturbs me because the average person, the average human won't know any of this thing mean. They think it's entertainment. It goes right over their head. They think it's entertainment.
Right. I wouldn't even have thought. I wouldn't have thought.
But I had to walk y'all in slowly, let y'all brain process. I couldn't just jump to this. I had to have you Google it, look at it. Now your brain is starting to process things. Then I'm showing you everything. I'm giving you the evidence that I researched. I couldn't believe my mind. It blew my mind. It really blew my mind. That's why I told y'all we're going to have a good show today. Because I know your mind is a little blown right now. That all of this is actually in public viewing and nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. It's all in public viewing.
Anybody know what this is? This looks like an upside down cross with his legs open. It's an upside down cross. That's what somebody else said.
That's the Baphomet head.
Why would the cross be upside down? Oh, somebody said Baphomet. So is that the go along, get along game?
Yes.
So apparently, I don't know, but he's saying that a lot of these symbols are in a lot of our musicians' music videos and on their bodies. So we're gonna have to start paying attention to whoever have these type of symbolism on their bodies.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Yeah. That's the image I wanted you guys to see last night. And that's the image, this particular video is called, let's see here. Let's go back. I'm trying to change my...
Yeah, they're messing with my feed because I'm not supposed to be talking about this stuff. Look at that, messing with my feed.
I'm trying to change the...
Yeah, I think I'm joking.
Let's see.
Let's see if I can help.
Right. Oh, I don't have the whole picture up. That's why I can't. It's locked. But I wanted to put the focus on that image right there. That's the image I was trying to get. That I was trying to convey last night. But like I said, I put the video up 3 or 4 times and it kept getting cut off. They kept taking the video down, the sound, I didn't have sound. There was always some kind of issue. So I said, you know what, I'll just show what I have. And that's what I want you guys to take note of. This image is in every one of his videos. And the question is, why is it there? And then the question is that the Baphomet?
Exactly. Those are the 2 questions we want to know. Why is this image in all of his videos? And is it that Baphomet? Because that is highly disturbing, man. Highly disturbing. So,
Yeah.
I feel like if it's all his videos too, like if it's in one, okay,
Sucks.
like the Montero video, okay, like everyone's like, oh, haha. But like if it's in all his videos, clearly he's trying to send a message, and
He's
yeah.
telling you who he is. He's telling you who he is. I don't know, man. Little Bully, what are your thoughts?
Man, it's super sus. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep speculating until I see more. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up seeing more.
Yeah, there's
Like if it's in his newer videos too, like that released after this album, that'll be really interesting.
You want to see more? I'll give you more. There you go.
Yeah, that's too much.
There you go. There you go. So now look at this right here. Look at this symbol right here. That was what you was just looking at. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not just an art background. They're putting that imagery there for a reason, but they just designed it differently. But Little Bully had mentioned it earlier. He saw that it was based off of this design. Like your eyes don't lie to you. They know that. Someone had to approve that.
Well, it's like what they mentioned in the video too. A lot of celebrities, like, they will have stuff like that in their videos. So.
I'm telling you, man, like, hey, once I saw all of this and I put everything together, I was like, okay, I'm not calling this man's name anymore. Because he is on something that is, I don't think people realize the level of stuff that he's pushing. I want no partake in that. I want to stay very, very far from that.
I
That is crazy.
Like, I get it, because like being around like negativity like that can affect you as a person. Like I agree with you. Like I feel like I've discovered that I'm like a very spiritual person as well. Yes. And like I'm like an empath. So
yes, if
someone is feeling upset, I'm gonna feel that. If someone is giving off a negative energy, I'm gonna feel that too. If you're giving off a positive, I'm gonna feel that. And I take that in. So like clearly, like I don't like to be in a negative space. So if you're making me feel a certain way that I don't want to feel, I'm gonna like distance myself from you.
You know what you want to look up? You want to look up. I'm reading an audio book right now called Astrology and Numerology, and it's a audio book talking about what makes you who you are, because we're all based off of vibrations. Like your birth date means something.
Look how bad.
Huh?
He said we're all based off of carbon, actually.
Our birth date means something. Like all those numbers are relevant.
Your horoscope.
Astrology.
Look it up on audio book, right? That's what I'm listening to right now. It's called Astrology and Numerology for Beginners.
It makes sense too. Like if you think about it, when people say like during a full moon, like people start to act different, act crazy. Why do you?
It's because we're all connected to the universe. I'm about to get really deep and philosophical. I really don't want to get deep right now. I'll save that for another podcast, but we're all connected to the universe. Like it's really mind-blowing why you feel spiritual. That's why I say I'm not connected to any religion. I know that there's a Most High, but I respect all religions. Like everybody's religion, I respect it and I love it. I just don't
believe God and the devil.
I don't subscribe to it. There's good, Little Bully. This is science. There's light and there's darkness. Light comes from darkness. So yes, there is good and there is evil. And it's happening. Little Bully, what are we watching? It's happening right in front of our face. Right. You and I, Alash, we represent goodness. This represents darkness. So you just answered your own question, my son.
Yeah. It all comes down to energy.
Energy, behavior, my son. This is bad behavior. Why are we pushing this on kids? This evilness?
Right.
So yes, my son, there is such a thing. I'm telling you, I was like you, skeptical, but yes, that's why my spirit has been rising. I'm telling you, there is such a thing as good versus evil. We're looking at it right here.
can see that, but not necessarily like a god and devil. It's just imagery of good and evil.
Yeah, that's how I present good and evil through
What do you
through
think this
devil.
imagery represents?
Through religion.
But that's why we're spiritual, right? Because we, at least for me, Lash is saying she's feeling spiritual. So that's her spiritual growth about to come out. I'm also been reading like our spirits connect naturally. Like our spirits connect naturally. That's when you start seeing the world differently, right? Because Lash is starting to see the world differently. She's telling you, I'm picking up bad energy. You know, you always hear that term, woman's intuition.
Yeah,
That's your spirit.
You're good.
That's your spirit.
Yeah.
You see the body that you have, that is just your vessel.
Right.
Your spirit is who you are. That makes up your essence, your soul. That outer exterior, that is just your vessel. That's nothing. It's your soul.
So do you believe that people are inherently good or inherently bad?
People are inherently good, but they turn to bad. They turn to temptation. We all have done it.
I think
I've
we're
turned
all
to temptation.
bad, but we learn to be good.
No, I think we all born good and then we just do bad things. Because we all do it. I've done it. I've done so many stupid stuff that, you know, I'm like, damn, I wish I knew better. But it's a part of I'm learning that's part of growing. It's a process. That's why women mature so faster, because they mind develop faster. This is science.
I feel like people basically are kind of like inherently evil, just because I feel like me and Latrell talk about this a lot too. Like people, I feel like the human race is so ignorant for so many things, which is what makes us quote unquote inherently evil. But at the same time, like evil can be learned, and so can like being good. All that can be learned. So it's really about like your spirit. I feel like that's where it comes down to, like having your spirit, like if you have a good spirit or a bad spirit, because humans are.
So you think people are naturally inherently good or evil?
Yeah, I think it could be like, I feel like there's no like right or wrong answer.
You think a good person can learn to be bad and a bad person can learn to be good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like, you know, like there are, if you look in the world, like again, we're watching right now, there are good intent. People have good intentions. Some people have bad intentions. Clearly, this is a bad intention, trying to like influence the kids at a young age.
Look how you're talking at your age. As a young woman your age, do you think there's a lot of young women your age that speak in the manner, the way that you speak, the way that you articulate words? Do you think there are young women your age that do that? I'm talking about, do you think there are a lot of young women your age that speak the way you speak?
I feel like no. I would say no, just because it's something that you're like, the way you speak is how you're taught. So like personally, I went to college. I just graduated this year, and like obviously I was a communication major in Spanish, but communications, it's a lot of writing. It's a lot of, you know, speaking. So communicating with people, we have to learn how to communicate with others. That's not to say that my major is the only major that teaches people how to speak, but like if you're educated and you go take the time to become educated and learn how to speak, learn how to, you know, yeah. So I'm gonna say no, like not every person my age, every woman, any whatever man my age.
I'm gonna give y'all a sidebar real quick. Like, you see Mr. Kwame Brown right here, this dude right here. I saw him when he first came on the scene, right? Like YouTube, like I fucks with YouTube. Like if I'm not on Netflix, Disney Plus, like I fucks with YouTube, right? So I'm on YouTube and he comes on the scene. This man reminds me of Dave Chappelle, son. He has this comedic timing, but he's not a comedian. But then he also gives you these jokes at the same time. So he's entertaining and he's giving you gems. And I remember something that he said that resonated with me. He was like, yo, we are sitting on the sidelines way too long and letting things like this happen and not say anything. And he said, all you have to do now in the year 2021 is turn on your microphone. And if you have a camera, turn that on and let your voice be heard. No more just being quiet and not saying anything. Because he started breaking things down. He started breaking things down, saying they want you distracted so you don't talk anymore. And I used to realize that, like, yo, people don't have conversations anymore, man. Like, I don't see people having discussions like this. So when he said that, it resonated with me. And that's when I call it a bully. I was like, yo, you want to start a podcast? But I think my son didn't think I was serious. I don't think he thought I was serious. Like, I just felt it in my spirit, like, I need to start a podcast. And I had a great idea. I was like, I'm an old head, but I'm not your average old head. My mind thinks differently. And I'm like, Latrell mind thinks differently. And he represents that generation. So how cool would it be for people to hear and see soon folks from my generation that can try to relate to folks from your guys' generation, and we can sit here and have these thoughts and discussions, because we need to have these thoughts and discussions. Because what I'm going to say is going to be a little controversial. I don't think the powers that be want us to have this community where, how I grew up, we used to have these discussions.
Yeah, I feel like in school, it was like always encouraged, like, let's have a discussion on this, on that. But then, like, if you actually go and see, like, I don't know, out, like you said, like a higher power, they don't really want you to have that voice and like that talk. Like, even like the conferences, like political conferences.
Yes.
With Donald
even your professor. Try to have a debate with your professor and watch how the professor is going to debate you. He's going to try to debunk everything you try to say without actually listening to you, because that professor thinks because he has all these degrees, he knows everything.
Right. But I feel like it also, like, going back on education, not everyone, a lot of people that like go to school and they graduate, they're not actually like smart. Like they're so smart, they're not actually street smart or like just intellectual.
They don't got life skills.
Yeah, having no life skills. Like, how did you get through college? And that kind of just shows that some people have the privilege to pay for education,
yes,
and get that diploma, but when it comes down to real life issues, do you know what you're talking about? Do you even know what's going on?
Thank you. That's why I started this podcast, man, because I'm trying to get your generation to talk to the elders, because I always say the elders don't know everything, but you can get some gems from them, man. Trust. You can get some gems, because the elder will tell you the mistakes they made. They're not going to tell you how to live your life, but they're going to tell you, well, when I was your age, I did X, Y, and Z. So it's up to you to decide, well, if they did X, Y, and Z and that shit didn't work out, I should try A, B, and C.
Right.
But your generation, man, y'all grew up in this technology. Y'all not, now I'm not saying y'all, but most of your ilk and you're from your generation, because y'all grew up in this technology age, you feel like, F the elders, I can just Google everything and just get my information there. I'm like, I understand that. You still want to talk to a human, though. It's still good to talk to a human to get a human perspective, because sometimes, Google is not a human. I know it's great to get all your info there, but it's still good to talk to your elder, because you talk to elders and they'll tell you about this stuff here, and they'll tell you, they'll go even more deeper than I can go into deeper, because this is highly disturbing. So yeah, I thought this would be a good discussion to have, and I feel like this was a great discussion. I know your mind is opening up, and you're talking about your spirituality now. And if you really want to know who you are, Lash, what makes you up, go to Audible app, download that Audible app, and download the first book. I'm listening to Astrology and Numerology for Beginners. And it's all to deal with numbers, how all the numbers are aligned with the stars and planet. That's why you feel a certain way on a certain day. It just breaks everything down of why you are who you are. It's just really fascinating, son. It's really fascinating. Like, it really opens up your mind. And then you can start research, because I took that and then I went on Google and I start researching other things. And I just learned about a bunch of stuff about myself. What makes me up. Like, I learned that I I'm a Saggy Capricorn. I think I'm on the cusp. That's what they call it. I'm a Saggy
You're
Capricorn.
a Capricorn.
Yes.
I'm
But
also, yeah, I'm a Capricorn.
Her birthday is 4 days after you, bro.
Yeah, I'm a
yeah,
Christmas.
she's a Capricorn, but I'm a Saggy Capricorn, which means I have traits of the Saggy and I have traits of the Cappy, but I get the best traits of both. Because I always notice that I do have a split personality a little bit when it comes to like that. Like there's a lot of things I would act like a Sagittarius, but then there are other things where I act like a Capricorn because I am starting to become less ignorant. Sagittarius are stubborn. Capricorns are stubborn. I'm starting to become less stubborn. Like I'm starting to like listen to people, listen to their thoughts, absorb their words, meditate on their words. And that's what I'm starting to listen. So yeah, that book is dope. So that book is dope. I think you'll enjoy that book since you're opening up your spirituality. I think you'll really enjoy that. And I'm, like I said, I did some research after that to find out why I behave the way I behave, why I think the way I think. Like the human body, I've always, and it's another thing, like what I was reading about myself, how I'm fascinated with knowledge, like I'm always seeking knowledge. That is me to a T. That is me to a T, man. So yeah, we're gonna wrap up the show. I think interesting topic. Like I recorded 2 episodes by myself this week because it just came to me in my spirit.
I know, that's good. That's
gotta keep up the consistency, man.
That you're gonna inspire others. Shoot, you might even inspire me. I feel like I'm super. It's hard to become like to be creative sometimes. And
You
like
meditate. I'm not lying, Lash. Meditate. The words will come to you. I'm not bullshitting. I always meditate. Little Bully always be asking me, how the fuck did you come up with that? I'm my son. I meditated on it and it came to me.
I like to journal. I like to write down my thoughts.
That's part of meditation.
Okay.
That's part of meditation. You really need to read that book. You're going to start to figure out why you do things. The more you understand yourself, the easier it is to live in the world that we live in.
Right.
Trust me. Trust me. Writing down your thoughts is part of meditation because your creative side will come to you as you're writing. That's how you process your creativity, is through writing. I process my creativity through thinking. I think, then I speak out loud what I'm thinking to process, then it comes to me.
All right, I think we should wrap up this episode before I end the
this is how philosophy start. That's what I learned about my sign too, son. I like intellectual deep thoughts. That's why me and Chevy be having some deep thoughts, man.
We could definitely talk about that type of stuff in a different episode.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna research some more. I'm going to get my knowledge game up, absorb more knowledge, dissect what I'm learning, and yeah, I'll be able to articulate it. So yeah, this journey is fun, man. Learning your spiritual side is a fun journey. It's exciting because you're starting to realize that you're not crazy in the world. You just realize that it's the actual world that's upside down. You just have to find a way to manage it. God bless you. You just have to find a way to manage through it.
I have some cold water. I'm dead with you.
We haven't really eaten today. We've been traveling, so as soon as we got here,
no, we're gonna end the podcast right now. This was a good pod. I'm gonna do all the editing stuff and upload it. Should be available by tomorrow. So yeah, so closing thoughts. Little Bully, closing thoughts on what you learned today.
Conspiracy theories have truth, always.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, like I guess people need to like know how to stay true to themselves, because especially like in the industry, you can get caught up in things like that because of who you surround yourself with. So I feel like
yes,
just know how to stay true to yourself, know who you are, and even if you don't get the success or whatever that other people get, you know that what you're doing is right, and like whatever is for you will come to you. That's what
exactly. My closing thoughts. Yeah, I would keep following my spirit. That's my closing thoughts. I will keep following my spirit. I'm going to keep growing in my spirit. I'm going to keep gaining this knowledge. I'm going to keep pushing forward. I am now realizing that everything you see always have